Okay. I figured he wasn't going to let me go easy with simple, just straight up openings, which is good. I mean, that's what I want. It exploits my weaknesses, which is what a teacher should be doing, looking to see how you respond. Now, I have a few options I can. Looks like it's bugging out on him. Although that's kind of weird. Kind of weird. All right. Okay, so I could go straight for the corner, or I can pincer. If I pincer, I mean my corner is kind of surrounded. But I'm going to go for the idea. I'm still going to go with the pincer. I like the idea of constricting white. And if it goes to the whole Kobayashi idea. Okay, if I recall correctly, it's... This just makes white stronger. Diagonal. Much stronger, just keeps whites separate. But when white backs off there, then I have this stone. No, this stone is safe. It should be okay. I mean, if they kick, then it's beneficial for them. Yes. Yes. So, but if I play away... Okay, I have a few options. I could jump. I can go into the corner. I can approach. I can double approach. But I like the idea of playing away because that this upper area is where I'm mainly developing. But if they play out here, then I have two weak groups. But if I play there, that's kind of slow. I'm going to go for the top. And I'll go for a simple base. I'll go up because then this corner's still open. Although this is not very pleasing. Not really. So because it's not very pleasing, I'm going to see what I can get by going straight into the corner. Actually, that doesn't work for me, does it? Because if I do this and try backing off... Yeah, he easily exploits my weakness just by... I mean, to him, it's just natural. To me, it's not. Yeah. This is why I need... Yeah. My openings are no good. And for things like this, I mean, this shouldn't be alive either, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that is alive. But nonetheless, I just have to make sure I'm alive. But in the opening to let this happen, no. And yeah, to play that, yeah. Now that's just really strong position for white. I'm gonna go ahead and just straight up fix this here. That way it's no longer an issue either. Kind of remove some of the Aji, but I mean, I could be completely wrong. I'm just going with what I believe I can do. Let's see, I could kick, or I could pincer. If I pincer, I could surround. Yeah, I'm gonna do the pincer. Oh, but I should push to where I'm strongest. I should have maybe kicked. Because I'm just giving up the corner now. Maybe. Okay, by doing this, if I play this, I surround. By doing that, yeah, I'd rather surround. Much rather surround. Gonna go with this. I don't want to jump and end up having some shape problems with that group. Oh, that's bad shape for me. That's bad shape. Okay. That's bad. I just put myself in a bad shape situation. I should have... No. Okay. I'm going to try to be a little more loose for this. I don't like the idea of a simple jump. Just worry about cuts. Or I could again worry about surrounding. But if I play this, he'll probably ignore me. But this will be big as well, playing down here. No, I'm going to take away the base. Can't cut me. No, crosscut would be bad. Yeah, that was stupid. I should have just capped. Definitely should have just capped. But we're not really doing any reading, which is... No, we are doing reading, but there's not really any fights going on. He's just going very simple, exploiting whenever I make a mistake. Because now his group's fine. There's nothing I can do about it. My group's fine. This is going to be weak if I try it. Everything I have no good shape or good opportunities for this game. And if they jump, I mean that's... Yeah, I don't know. Not only that, but my stones are all over the place. None of the shape is very pleasant.
Hello.
Hello.
So I don't want you playing out a game in which you are behind, which you'll be doing here.
I was about to
Um,
resign, yeah.
so out of curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
how would you describe your play?
Very sloppy. I don't... Whenever
Yep.
I try to play in the opening, it just... I overthink things and I end up just going away from the simple things.
I was going to describe it as being very, very passive. Real quickly, I don't know. I guess since you're recording, the reason why this game is over is because this is a real pain in the butt. Usually, we have to back off. Here, you can probably play it, the Hane, because I don't think I can cut here. Not that it's going to really help matters, because now you have to be careful of that cut, so you have to back off anyway, which means this is going to be Sente. So that's
Yeah.
fun. You didn't. Your last move was not a split here, so we're just gonna lose on points. The right is not gonna be large enough.
Yeah.
Also, which is really bizarre, with one move, it looks like I might be getting 10 points there in the middle of the board. That's a little strange. So that didn't go particularly well. Now you made. Let's see. One aggressive decision this game, I would say. And after that, the rest of them were just kind of very, very passive, which was not so good. The only aggressive decision you made this game was in the bottom left-hand corner, which I do believe was entirely too early. I'll go to that real quick. Yeah, the 3-3. Sometimes we go ahead and play the invasion point, but it's more of a test to see what we can do. It's like, oh, hey, well, if I play there, I can probably get that one in, and then if I really need I don't know, force moves or something, we might get this one and that one over there, and hey, I got some shape on the outside now. Or we just don't do it at all and we leave it for later, in which case maybe we come out. Danger here is that my groups are very much prepared to start poking you because I've got a pretty solid bottom over there. So I don't particularly like this for black. It's probably playable, but there are too many stones that we need right now on the board, in my opinion. We need a base or some kind of shape for this. I don't know, a jump out, a cap, something. The upper left is ignored because that's just me, so who cares?
Yeah.
But we also need this move to kill off the stone, because if I get to do all of this and then just come out just for giggles, then something has gone really, really bad here, because black hasn't really been making anything. And white just seems to be able to do whatever white wants to do. Also, this doesn't live now, just
Yeah.
for the record, because of the happy little E6 stone. Some people do try because they're used to the shape. It just doesn't work now once it's defended.
Yeah.
What else do we have here?
A lot of miserable play by me.
The upper left, playing away from here is very strange, because this is a pincer against your stone now. We decided to play away. I would at the very least go into the 3-3 or counter approach, whichever, because I don't think you want white attacking you when white already has a base. I mean, sometimes we can argue, well, we don't really care because go away again. If this gets attacked, we can just kind of counterattack because this group doesn't have a base yet. And if it gets one, it'll be in Gote, yada, yada, yada. But I've already got it, so that whole idea goes out the window. Which means this area is not one in which you want to be happy in, or you're going to be happy in. Now, you could make the case if you want to play elsewhere. Yeah, here. You could theoretically make the case that you don't care about that stone, you're just going to leave it alone for now. And then maybe just kind of break the bottom apart. I mean, that would be okay. But yeah, I don't like deciding to go into the corner. It's too much. Just an overplay. Here you can cut me if you want. I mean, that's fine. We see that sometimes. Not particularly here, because if I needed an emergency measure, I can connect up right now and then just attack the outside, because it's probably Sente since you need another move here. Otherwise, I'm going to kill you. So I still don't really advise this, but it's a thing you can do. Other than that, everything was okay.
other than being overly
Diagonal's
passive.
fine. Diagonal's fine. It's just the attachment here or this later is a possibility, so that's okay. If that's what your intention is. Yeah, I already mentioned this. Did not like so much. I think I'd rather have that one there.
Yeah.
I think with the what you do, connect. Was that a connection? No, you went down there. Okay. I haven't read out the differences here. I guess you're technically still okay. There might be some obscure variation, I don't know. This is okay. I would still rather play this one. Because the minute you played over here, I would think to myself, well, gee, can I attach to that then? Since that stone only has 3 liberties now?
Mm-hmm.
And if so, I don't know. Maybe I can get something in here to work. If I need some shape later. That, however, you can't block that direction. Have to block this way. And then probably use Sente to take the corner away. I need territory there. At that point, you've got an option. We can play on the top of the board to expand, because that's the next largest open area, or you can revisit the question on whether or not this is alive or dead.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can kill it, but there's an issue there. And that issue is quite clearly, well, simple turn is an issue.
Yeah.
You know, I was just going to look forward to trying to attack the whole thing forever and see how you handled a weak group. That was my goal with that one.
I mean, when it comes to weaker groups like that, I was hoping to possibly, I was thinking of trying to get extra stones into the center before trying to do that, because I don't like being chased around like that, because I usually will, I mean, it doesn't look very comfortable for black anyway to try doing that, but yeah. Maybe, yeah.
In regards to this one, though, I meant to ask, do you review with Leela?
I do not. I do not touch Leela or any bots.
Okay, because I rarely see this direction chosen, but I've seen it a couple of times from people that review with Leela because she doesn't care which way you block because she's crazy. So I thought maybe that's where you picked that up. But yeah, generally the wall to nowhere in Gote is usually a bad thing because it's just too easy for white to just come around and say you don't get anything there. Now, the bot doesn't care because it's just we can still get territory here. And as long as we're picking up territory, then the bot's happy. But I don't like it because it seems kind of a bit of a counter. This, right now it looks like your 4 stones are running away from my 1, which I don't think they have to do that. I think you've got enough time right now to counterattack.
I was trying to figure out how to counterattack. Like, I wanted to try surrounding, but I guess I was a little too...
No. Pincer it anywhere. I don't care. I don't care what move you use to pincer. You can use this one. You can use that one. This would be better, technically. But yeah, anything that puts pressure on this to make sure I can't just kind of slap down a base.
Yeah.
Would be good. There should be no way that white can settle locally, and that's exactly what I did. So yeah, definitely need to put pressure in here. I might do something like this one and run away, and then you can come out. I mean, once again, there's a weak group. Now you can chase it. So that's cool. But yeah, letting me settle. No. Like, this was your one chance to actually use the influence to attack a group. And then when I settled that, this disappeared. So this is just over-concentrated at this point, and that's a little bit sad.
Yeah.
Did you have any questions about this so far?
There was one. I'm trying to remember what it was. I guess, like... Well, I guess this would be a general question, whether it be for this game or for other ones. Like,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to figure out how to word it, but I guess how would, based on the way that I played, how, like, what kind of thinking might be something I need to think more like, if that makes sense. Like, I mean, I know that I wasn't necessarily aggressive, but like,
It's not a question about thinking, it's just a question about evaluation. Right now you evaluated that you needed to run away, so you ran away. But my weak group should be attacked in some fashion, and it wasn't. So if your group is strong, in this case we have a base, we can't be surrounded, there's no reason to run away. Same thing here. Well, not that one. Hello. Yoink. Gotta figure out what we're building. Is it Sente or Gote? Right now, this is a classic shape. We're building to nowhere, so we don't want to do that. I think that's usually a bad idea. Same thing here. I pincered your stone. Now, if you want to give it up, potentially, or maybe attack from there later, sure. Otherwise, you have Sente. I choose to settle the area with either with anything. Playing elsewhere allows me to determine what goes on in the area and not you, but you approached it first, so it's kind of weird.
and right here, as black, would you go ahead and straightway settle with Q6, or would you say that's too passive and go ahead with fixing up the F3 stone?
F3 stone can die in fire. I'm either going to go to the corner or change direction.
Nah, well,
There's
yeah,
nothing.
that's what I meant with. Well, I meant that general area, but yeah, okay.
Okay. There's still time, so I'm going to go back to here and can resume.
Okay.
And once again, I'll talk to you at the end.
All right. And do you just want to stay in the call or just end it for now? Oh, okay. I guess he muted. Okay. I'll go ahead and mute as well. All right. Okay. Well, I definitely. Okay. Okay. Evaluate, evaluate, evaluate. I mean, I would like to build up there. Okay, this was done to me a few times in games. I'm gonna go ahead and do the approach on the inside. Okay. Oh, this goes about that variation though, doesn't it? Do 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 do. And maybe that's okay. But at the same time, this doesn't help with these stones. Hmm. Yeah, the way that he's saying it, yeah, my evaluation sucks. I don't know what to think about. There's just so many things to think about. I can't settle on one idea. I don't remember the correct move, though. To attack this pincer? Or shoulder hit? I'm gonna pincer. Oh man, my openings. Okay. So I'm losing all of my potential to build. This group should be okay. Okay. Evaluate. I need to evaluate. How am I supposed to evaluate this? How to evaluate this? I mean, this whole entire area is fairly big. I'm going to go with the larger extension. Don't be nice. Part of me wants to jump out instead of this. But so, okay. I think I will jump here. I'm going to pincer that. My corner's okay, but at the same time... Okay, does this ladder work for me if they go about? Maybe I should have extended up here. mean, point-wise, I think it's okay. Because I have... it might be okay-ish. I really want to cut that, but it's not going to do me any good. And I need to make sure I'm alive, so I need to extend out. Because I can't do anything to those 3 stones. Yeah. Okay, maybe I... Okay. Hmm. I think that this would have to be a good time to stop. This doesn't work for me. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't read that properly, so... He asked if I wanted to undo the cut, and what I just said is I feel like I can't really evaluate this, just poor evaluation. Like, I don't know where to go other than my brain telling me to split the two groups or to play P17. Okay, he says, okay, it is playable. Yeah. Then I guess I'll go with that, but man, my evaluation, now that he's pointed it out, terrible on my part. Just so very terrible. I need to secure that stone. I mean, I could... No. There I go again, saying that I can ignore stuff. But there's not really anything else I can do. But my group will look sad if I ignore that. That's my reasoning for playing that. Okay. I mean, I instantly want to Hane. Maybe that's fine. Now I'm doubting myself. That's kind of not. This or this? I mean, this gains me nothing. I'm going to go this way. I'm going this way because yeah, okay. But how else? To go about this? I mean, I'm not really sure. All I can think of is really M17 at this point. But at the same time, I still need to protect this. Yeah, 9, 12, 15, 18, maybe 15. 2, 4, 6. We'll say 5, so 20, 40, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60. Maybe 60 points. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. But if they start building the center, that's going to be pretty bad for me. So I think extending out to keep white from building up is what I need to do. But I shouldn't just continue on with the avalanche because that's just going to benefit the white group. I feel more comfortable having that wall there, but at the same time, yeah. I mean, I guess it's still kind of playable. But that's going to be hard. But I do need to keep this group stronger for this. But maybe that was too slow. Every time I want to say be done, the more I think there's not much I can really do. I'm really doubting myself now. I'm almost wanting to just do puppy go and continue on. I feel so inferior right now. My evaluations are not... How... Okay. My main thing is, how am I going to better my evaluation? I mean, I overassume. I just need to figure out the right questions that will work for me. I mean, again, I have maybe roughly 50 to 60 points. That was me saying I feel like it might be a good time to stop because I have to make sure my groups are okay while he ends up building up the center. I thought it was going to work for me, but if you drop down, then I'm behind on liberties.
All right. Take a
Alright.
look at this. That line. Okay. So in this game, well, in this part of the game, I should say, this is Joseki. I mean, yeah, this is okay. I just prefer grabbing this one. Whoops, my bad. I think it's nice and easy, and the way forward is a lot more predictable here. Like, I'm going to play here, my opponent's probably going to pincer, I'm probably going to go into the corner, we're probably going to play this, and then from here we can continue onwards. I think I like this better for black, not white. But then again, what else do you do? I mean, do you kick here as white instead and just to let this kind of thing get attacked? I mean, you can because you've got the shape here for it. But, still kind of weird. I've grown to kind of sort of maybe a little bit dislike the upper left pincer, but what are you gonna do? So all I played here, I think technically, because I didn't play here, you don't have to play that one right at this moment. Because I think that's kind of meow.
True, yeah.
But this is fine. I have no idea why 2 space high. That's strange. We see 2 space high with the 3-4. Don't really see it very much with the 4-4. It seems a little odd. Like your 3-3 is definitely open. I would just block the extension. And I would just go back to opening theories on that one, which I stated my basics to death. Which you have a enclosure, you block the extension. There's an extension, you block an enclosure. Instead, I have an enclosure, so you took an enclosure. Like, wait, that's kind of strange. If you're doing that, you have to, like, I don't know, get in some move on the bottom. You can't let me approach, because then go away. I'm still getting my extension, so that'd be weird.
True, yeah.
So by playing there, you have to get the bottom in. So, okay, that you can now do... It's strange. Like, I would say something like this if this had been a single space. Or maybe I would say this one here, because it's got a good formation. This is just kind of strange, because no matter where you play, there's going to be a lot of Aji remaining. This part was interesting. You went and settled. Came out, which was fine. Would I just jump out instead? I probably would. Now, some people who are greedy are like, you can't do that. And be like, why not? Because if I do this, then I'm completely enclosed. Like, okay, fine, then don't do that. I'll just do this one, and then just take Sente, I guess, instead. That seems fine. Too early to take those stones, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Played here just to give you Sente to see what you do with it, and that's when I realized something very, very important with your play. You get discouraged very easily,
Yep.
and that is
Yeah.
not a good thing. Like right now, you can do all sorts of things. You could be like, "Hey, don't connect there," and I'll be like, "Okay, I won't connect there," and that doesn't get connected anymore. Those are two completely separate groups, which is kind of good. You can take the corner, which is okay as well. A little bit passive, but it's fine. This is also playable, but to do this, you have to be prepared to really cut apart the stones here of whites, because if you defend yourself and I don't defend myself, then there has to be a tax for that. Something has to come from one person defending and the other one not defending. And here you can see you can just like split the groups in two. Maybe even kill them. I mean, this is not really healthy. So I can make a case for that one. Did that one to see what you play. I think the move here is fine. You could also attach on top theoretically, but I think the diagonal is okay. It's just I would consider doing something like this one first before then doing that one, because the key here is not letting the cut take place.
Yeah.
If you do this, then I can't do the whole cutty and kill you thing. So that's just a shape that we kind of didn't make. Whatever, who cares? Now you're getting worried about my middle, which is okay. I mean, it's growing, so there's a reason to get worried about it. But then you should just do something about it. Like, you can play anywhere in the sector line for starters, which is here and here. So if you play, I don't really care where at this point, if you even slap like any stone down in there, you should be getting results. You leaned over here instead. That's actually reasonable because it starts helping this kind of thing. So I mean, that's fine.
But then that happened.
This is not as dangerous as you give it credit for.
Oh.
If I kill that stone, I have a small problem on my hands. That problem is I'm not quite alive yet. So it was scary, 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 but it really wasn't. All I was going to do here is connect back, and then you get to do this one, and then I'm going to probably take Sente elsewhere.
That's fair, all. Yeah.
So that one was a little bit, I mean, it might be okay if I can turn around and kill you. Can I turn around and kill you from there? I can play here, but that's still a thing. I can play here, but that's still a thing. No, I think the chances of my being able to kill you are probably 0. Yeah, don't anticipate that. I might be able to live still? I guess so. That's alive. I don't have points, though, which is a slight issue.
True, yeah. But you could probably gain quite a bit if you were in that scenario, if you pushed at that upper left corner to get more influence for the center, perhaps. But
don't have Sente over there, so you can ignore me to just keep reducing the center because white has no territory. If we defend it and we let white do stupid things, like hypothetically, let's say I play here and you just kept responding, then sure, but that move is not Sente, so if there's like a larger point, you can take it because all this is gonna do is that.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it looks like this does kill you because we don't have the other one in place. If we play it now, sadly, now that I'm out, I'm probably gonna ignore you.
Mhm.
If you take 3 stones, who cares? I can take that too. So the defense there is pretty important. We usually play it quite early on too. Sometimes we play it here instead to see where this is going. Because if it plays here, then that's also a forcing move, and then you've got like a wall there. If you'd played it on this board, then you're never dying.
Mhm.
I mean, those are just dead stones. So not having the defense up is why the cut works.
Yeah. Mhm.
And any questions about the game?
Just really quick with F16, could you remind me how that would capture the 3 stones
16.
if ignores?
Oh, well, the problem here is at worst, I've got. Let's see. At worst, there's this, right?
Mhm.
Which, if I'm not careful, is going to be a ladder. So if you can make sure that the ladder works for you, you're fine. I usually play this one because this is more of a sente move, because the Hane is pretty severe.
True. Yeah.
That's usually my move of choice, and it leads to almost the exact same thing.
Okay.
In that these stones get killed. So yeah, I prefer that. This is not bad. Some people play it. You get various responses depending on where the sente moves are. Or some people just play it just because it's got some end game against it later. Because
Mhm.
it's pretty low. And all of that is forcing now.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Um, Regarding the game, no, but just in general, I guess like what I mean, we already clarified that I do more passive than other
Yep.
styles. I over worry. I overthink.
That right there is a mistake.
No.
That you just called it a style is bad. That's actually really, really, really bad. It's not a style. For example, if we go back in time, bloop, 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 to something that I'm looking for, that I probably won't be able to find ever. Yeah, like okay, whatever. Direction. What? Yeah. This is not a style. Not pincering this is not a style. That is just not identifying who's weak and who's strong in the area. That has nothing to do with style.
True. Okay. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So, got to be careful in how you think about that. Because this is just like raw analysis. Are your stones fine? Yes. Are your opponents? No. Oh, goody. Let's do something about that then.
Mhm.
Like, that's as far as that goes. Um, I would say style choices are littler things, like what kind of enclosure do you like? Do you like the single space? Do you like the small knight? Do you like the large? Do you like the two space? They're all fine, but whichever you ultimately choose to go with, that's more of a style thing.
Gotcha. Okay. Then overall, with that as well as just all the other problems that I've had, like what, like if we do continue on with this, like what would be able to help me, or how would you help me
Being
with
able
that?
to see, for example, where you're being too passive, like in usually at the start of a lesson, I will go over a game the student has played previously in the week, and when I do that, I can see not only later on when they're playing against me what kind of mistakes they're making, but I can see what kind of mistakes they're making against whatever they're playing against that week, be it Q, Don, whatever. So if there is a single really huge thing setting them back, let's say they are Captain Passive Pants, then I can look for that and say, hey, this is where you were passive, this is where you backed off, you can see that you were strong here. And so you kind of get used to seeing the areas that you have to work on over and over and over again, because repetition is good.
Hmm. Okay. Do you
So
really
that's
do much homework then, or only just to play games?
generally speaking, no, I don't, unless someone is blatantly showing that their life and death skills are, let's just say, special. Then I might heavily suggest they, uh, crap, not Go Problems. Go Problems is terrible. What's the other website? I can't think of it. I have to find a link.
The one that
Yeah, I have a
Rebini
link.
does.
Some, probably. Anyway, forget the site is because I don't use as much as I'm supposed to. But yeah, I send them there so they can do some realistic Go problems.
That's fair, yeah.
Occasionally, I will specifically tell them to play, which is sometimes is homework because sometimes people don't actually do that during the week, and they
Hmm.
just assume that they're going to get better through osmosis. I don't really know, but yeah, I always try to make sure that the student actually continues playing. Sometimes it's harder than you would think.
Yeah, definitely. And I
Oh, and
definitely.
more importantly, the homework part is usually self-inflicted. For example, I'm assuming that when you are playing, you're keeping an eye out for what you have to work on. That way, when you are done with the game, if not during the game, you can try to figure out what could have gone better and then try again.
Mhm.
Hopefully, during the game, you're mindful of that. But at the very least, afterwards, you take note and then like try again or something.
Mhm. Yeah, I do try to do that whenever I can. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
guess I'm just. I mean, I'm over worrying. I just want to get through all of these flaws of mine because it's really heavily getting at me.
Okay, that's a mistake. Just have fun.
I
Just
try.
have fun with the game and keep like one thing you have to work on, like on an index card stapled to your wall or something. I don't know. That way you can enjoy the game without freaking out too much.
Okay.
So like, all right, what are we gonna do? I don't know. I'm in a Chinese mood today. I'm gonna play Chinese, and the index card says I need to work on putting myself in Atari. Great, that's what I'm gonna do this game. I'm gonna put myself in Atari. Having trouble with that lately, and you can work on that and go on.
Fair. Okay. Then I have a bunch of note cards. Just have fun.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. Game. If you're not having fun with it, fucking up.
Yeah. Then I guess. How about this then? What, based on everything, I'll try not to keep too long. What one, two, or three things would you say, like whether they be,
Evaluation. Evaluation.
yeah.
Because especially if you're misevaluating things, you're gonna back off on habit, and that's bad.
Hmm. Yeah. In terms
So it is
of, go ahead.
so it is very, 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 very important to know whether or not you can attack, if you're strong enough to attack. Otherwise, you have no idea if you should attack.
Hmm. And I guess what's one, not maybe not necessarily a proverb, but what kind of things, or what one or two questions might I try to constantly keep in mind when playing the game, or at least for a specific thing.
That goes back into the analysis. You're
Oh,
constantly having
okay,
to look
yeah.
at well, obviously, if you have Sente or not, that's just something that always is a thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you're just looking for weak and strong groups. If if you have more strong groups than your opponent does, then you can probably harass them. If your opponent has more strong groups than you do, probably not so much. You have to change that. And then you probably want to, at the end of the game, ask yourself, how did you have more weak hurts than your opponent? Because that seems like it's a weird thing to have.
Hmm. Okay. I'll just keep on adding to this list for evaluation then. That.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, do you know any good Fuseki or opening
We don't
sites?
live in Fuseki anymore. Sorry. Sorry, that's gone. Yeah, that's no. Um, Fuseki, that's fun. I mean, as long as your opponent has a 3-3 point, I'm pretty sure you can find something to play. That's where we are now.
True. That's fair.
Orthodox is still okay. After that, there is nothing. I mean, you can do Chinese occasionally if you'd like, but yeah, don't do Kobayashi.
But that's all I ever do. I guess that's my thing
So
then. Do
yeah,
Orthodox or
so you
Chinese.
also, I mean, don't ever just play one thing. I mean, you can have an opening you like, but if you only play that one opening, then you're going to be getting into situations where you're responding to things without thinking about it. And that's when our play starts to go down the drain because we are in the habit of not thinking at that point. You don't want to do that. You have to change it up, play something different.
Mhm. Writing it all down.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to write it down. You're literally recording. I thought you're
I am.
fine.
I am. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll finish the notes at the end. Yeah, that's fine. um,
I don't know how all of this video technology works. Where's my typewriter?
I think I left it at my mother's. All right. Um, then I don't think there's any other questions. Just a matter
Great.
of evaluation, playing games, and having fun.
Yeah, those are important.
Okay.
All right, if that's it, I'm gonna go record tomorrow's basics game because I still have a lot of work to do. So I will see you next time. If you want to continue or not, let me know.